Well, guys and gals, pardon me if I'm out of breath, but I want to get this done real quick. I don't want to go into all the details right now, because as we know, I should not be. I am emotional over my chickens because they become pets pretty quickly, and I shouldn't let them, but that's what happens. Oh well, I guess that's how it goes when you're a menopausal lady trying to have a little suburban homestead. It's been a rough week. It's been a real rough week. Now, like I said, I'm not going to go into details, but some of you may have seen I did a little short on Mr. Fritz there. We've had a predator show up at the homestead. Don't know for sure what it is yet. I'm pretty sure it's either a dog or maybe a coyote, but I mean, coyotes might come in here at nighttime, but you know, if you've seen any more of my videos, you'll know that I'm not completely surrounded by woods. There's some really good deep yards, but there's also a lot of houses. Sorry I'm going fast, but I'm more out and kind of beside myself. But well, it struck again, whatever it is. Probably a dog, I'm guessing. We got cameras set up. Had the chicken camera, battery failed. But I'll be honest with you, I got real lax. And it's absolutely my fault, 100%. This is my fault, and that's why I'm making this video, is because I want people to learn from my mistakes. Camera had died, didn't charge it up. Hadn't had any predators, you know, over a year now, chickens. No, I mean, that one time a hawk tried to do something, and I fixed that problem. I mean, this is not a hawk. Where this is going is almost in enclosed spaces, pretty much. I did have the girl a few months ago get got, but it was her own fault. She got out of 3 different fences and got all the way over here in this big empty field here, and that was dogs, and they ran her to death. They didn't even destroy her body. They just ran her into a heart attack, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I didn't catch them in the act, but I caught them right at the very end of it with 2 dogs panting and my chicken laying there convulsed. So anyway, now lost Mr. Fritz. He was just getting ready to be combined, and then I walk in and I walk to the backyard, and I'm like, something's different. So you can just feel it. I can feel it anyway. I don't know if everybody can feel it, but I can feel it. I'm an empath. I don't know how else to say that. And some people might say, you can't say that, don't say stuff like that. And maybe that's not the right word for it, but I'm very sensitive, and I can feel animals as well. And some people, old people, animals don't have feelings. And believe what you want to believe. I tend to believe this. I don't think God's going to strike me down for believing that I might know how something feels. Well, I walk into the yard, and it's quiet. One chicken making a noise. I see 3 of them at the other end of the yard. And then I turn around, get close enough, and I see feathers everywhere. I forgot I said I ain't going to go into details. Well, let's just put it this way. My silver, Meredith Gray, she's gone from us now. She's unalive. And now, so is the other cinnamon. So that's both cinnamons. Because if you remember the other cinnamon, like a month ago, she just had a freak accident and broke her neck. I know nothing got a hold of her, because she was fighting, wanting to get at that rooster, because she was the guardian. And the rooster was a baby. And she was just trying to protect the flock, and she flew off and broke her neck. Or flew up and crashed into the side of the fence thing trying to get to him. Anyway, that was my big cinnamon. So my next cinnamon, she fell in line as the leader of the flock, and now she's died protecting Meredith, my gray, my silver lace Wyandotte. They're both laying right here in the ground with my rooster, and I got 3 injured hens. I got 5 hens left. My beautiful Brahma, she's got a big chunk out of her side, but we're treating her, and she seems to be acting fine. Like, she's still really talkative. She laid an egg, but it's strange that she did. But I'm glad. She's really talkative though, but we're keeping her quarantined. 2 of the other ones, one of the Isa Browns and one of the Comets, are both injured. The Ice Brown is injured worse than the Comet, but not as bad as the Brahma. So, needless to say, it's been a really, really bad week here. And a lot of people don't understand the time put into my emotions of these chickens. But I tell you, I've learned some really valuable lessons. And having to dig a double grave right there, and I had them in a little casket thing that I mean, cardboard box and stuff I put together, but I was saying it was a little casket and a little vault for them. But that was a big grave right there. I mean, it was big enough for a dog, and that was rough. It's been a lot of hard work when I've worked all day out in the heat, and then I come home and I do that. 2 days in 1 week to dig 2 graves. A lot of hard work. I've learned my lesson. This is not going to happen again. Their area right now is dismantled. Going to be some major changes made. And here's what I want to tell you is my biggest mistake. You know, you go and you spend $100 on an electric fence, and then your ass, pardon my language, but I'm so mad at myself. Now, mind you, I've been really sick, and I couldn't breathe for over 2 weeks. And I got behind on my mowing and my weed eating. And I let that stuff grow up around that fence and ground it out so that fence wasn't working. And something got in there and got my flock because I'm lazy or a dumbass, whichever one you want to call it. But now my flock is halfway destroyed. I'm destroyed with hard labor. My knees locked up on me. I can't hardly move it. I'm working 2 jobs and trying to take care of this flock and losing them because I've been sick and I've been down. So what I have to say is this. If you're going to have this stuff, you have to be responsible, okay? Knowing that I was sick and couldn't breathe for 2.5 weeks, I should have hired somebody to come over here and mow this. Or I should have asked somebody to do me a favor or something. But I didn't. I just let it go. And then it didn't ruin my fence. I've got to cut it all now and the fence will be better. But I'll be honest, I got so lax because we hadn't had anything going on. Everybody was always good, you know. The girls are happy. They had all kinds of square footage, laying beautiful eggs, you know. But you can't let your guard down. You can't be lax. You can't be stubborn. And you can't be afraid to ask for help. You can't be afraid to ask for help even if you have to pay for it. If you're going to run things like this, if you're going to have little homesteads, you're going to try to do stuff, you got to be able to pay for it or you ain't going to be able to do it. Hopefully next week's a better week. Much love. Take care. Any of you mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. Love you. Country Girl out.